Yes, indeed. What's up, everybody, including Lottie Dottie? It's your boy Retro with you on today. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. We are excited, happy, glad, and just stoked to have special guests in the building on tonight. Donnie Teflon as well as Raven in the building. Let's make some noise for them. And both of these gentlemen ride with Kingdom Road Warriors out of the Pennsylvania area. So stay tuned, keep it locked, press the share button, let everybody know that the show is on and popping, and we're getting ready to talk about motorcycle ministry and when it doesn't go your way. Or does it? Or does it not? We'll find out. Keep it locked and don't you dare touch that dial.
You already know what it is. It's your homegirl, Lottie Dottie. I'm in the building hanging out with Retro, and he ain't never lying.
Gotta find the Retro Philosophy Show. Let's get ready to go live. Can't miss an episode.
You already know what it is. It's your homegirl, Lottie Dottie. I'm in the building hanging out with Retro, and he ain't never lying.
Check, check, and action. Hey now, this is the Mileage Bully, and you are now tuned in to the Retro Philosophy Show. Like, share, and subscribe, cause what else you doing?
Say, man, you know what it is, man. Special guest in the building. Much love and respect to my man Retro stopping through, y'all. Y'all know what to do.
Big Cell. You still keeping it 100.
I done said all I got to say.
No, I know.
A lot of people like to hold back, but I don't hold back nothing. I take just like it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Retro Philosophy Show, where I always listen to my man, 50 Grand, Pastor Retro. You know what it is.
Over here, talk to me. What we got going on?
We got the Andre, Highway Dre.
Highway Dre
has completed not only North Carolina,
Yes, sir.
but he went on and did South Carolina. Just because he was in the vicinity.
That's right.
It got so nice to him, he wanted to get where it was a little bit warmer, so he went on down to get him a few oranges. And a slice of key lime pie down in Florida.
I did.
But he also stopped by to get some peach cobbler while he was in the area. So he went to Georgia and did the Four Corners there as well.
Oh, my word.
So, Highway Dre, we love you, bro. Appreciate you.
Hey, look. Let me tell you why I do this.
Okay.
Why do you... Wait. I got a question. Why do you do this?
Why do you... Tell him why you do it.
Because I can.
Because I can.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie. Without any further ado, we want to welcome to the Retro Philosophy Show. For the first time, and hopefully not the last time, these gentlemen, they launched out and did the Four Corners of Pennsylvania, Mission 448 style. Let's make some noise for them and that. And as we say, hashtag who got next? You can be next, man. If you want to do the Four Corners of your state, reach out to us. Let us know what state you're planning on doing. We are after the Four Corners of the lower 48 states, and we got some other rides that we're going to be incorporating as well. But registration is open for your state. So you can go over to our Facebook group. It is called Mission 448. That's Mission, the number 4, the word 40, and then the number 8. Again, Mission 448 on YouTube, on Facebook. And just hit the join button, and you can get the link. Is there. It's also on my YouTube channel. If you're watching from YouTube, you can see that in the description. But again, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Retro Philosophy Show, the one and only Donnie Teflon and Raven in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, there we go. How's everybody doing on tonight? Welcome to the Retro Philosophy Show.
Hey, what's up, Retro? Good to see you, brother.
What's going on, man? Ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize. Teflon is actually at his child's karate practice, and he's in the car. No lights, unfortunately. So you just got to trust that it is him, okay? So Teflon, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience, if you will.
My name is Donnie Montgomery, known as Teflon in the bike community. Live here in Philadelphia. A member of KRW since 2014. I joined KRW.
Nice.
I was with the Street Bike Club for 6 years before that.
Okay.
That's about it. I'm a worker. I love the Lord and I love riding.
Nice. Now, for those who may not know, go ahead and break it down what KRW is.
KRW stands for Kingdom Road Warriors. It's a motorcycle ministry.
Nice. And so you've been riding with KRW how long?
Since 2014.
2014. Nice. And then to the other side of you, we've got the one and only Raven. How you doing, sir?
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And yeah, absolutely, man.
I am See the Night Raven. U.S. Army veteran. I've been with Kingdom Road Warriors just a little bit before Teflon, 2012.
Okay.
And prior to that, I was with the Green Knights, which is a military motorcycle riding club.
Nice. Any particular branch or just any branch of the service for the Green Knights?
Yeah, all branches are welcomed.
Okay. Also out of the Philadelphia area? Or I should say the Pennsylvania area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Greater Philadelphia.
Nice. We got a few viewers with us on tonight. A little bit more than my norm. I
don't mean to brag, but my videos are enjoyed by well over 4 people worldwide.
But we got a few more than 4, so we're grateful for that. Maso Young is in the building with us on tonight. He says, good evening, my brothers and sisters. The nighttime is here, and we are still here to get it right. Let's try to be better men and women today than yesterday. Keep pressing forward. Faithful viewer here on the Retro Philosophy Show, along with C1s, who's watching as well. My beautiful wife, Richard Blackwell, and Most Wanted on Twos. Good evening. She'll be launching out here in another couple of days as well to do the Four Corners. So where do you guys want to jump in? Let's start with why you guys became a part of KRW, Kingdom Road Warriors. Who wants to jump in on that one?
Ray, you want to go first?
Yes, sir.
The founder, Chris Quinn, him, and who also was a member was Chameleon. I rode with them in a street bike set, and I got out of the street bike set, and Q hit me up and was telling me about the ministry.
Okay.
And they came down and visit my church in Philly, and come to find out, Q actually lived like 2 blocks from me.
Nice.
So we was busting it up. He was telling me about the ministry. And then when they had their bike blessing that July, I went to the bike blessing, hung out with these guys, got to meet them, just fellowship with them. We was holding at the time twice a month fellowships. One was a Bible study. The other one they were doing street work out on the street. Took a ride down to Maryland. We have a chapter in Maryland as well. Took a ride down to the Maryland chapter. Hung out for the weekend, and I was sold, because it's solid brothers, all except Q was older than me.
Okay.
Get some of that wisdom, and just go out there, and it's men that respect riding.
Yeah,
it's not about the partying. It's not about none of that. It's just about riding.
Nice. Raven, how about yourself?
Yeah. After years and years of cutting it up, it was time to settle down, and I met these guys out at the Oaks Gun Show.
Okay.
I saw their vest and inquired. The rest is history, as they say.
Nice, nice. Now, what was it in particular about the vest that that piqued your attention? Was there anything on it per se, or
Well, unlike Teflon, who's in the city, I'm out in the suburbs.
okay?
So it was nice and comforting to see
Mm-hmm.
some brothers,
Yeah.
doing the Christian thing.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't about the limelight. They weren't about the partying. They were just about serving God, and that was right on time for me.
Yeah. Um, I asked that, Raven, because I believe that, what you have on your back should, especially as a ministry, it should give an indication as to that, and because, a lot of people are going to see that cut. A lot of people are going to
Sure.
see that cut, man. So both of you guys mentioned the fact that, they weren't out partying. They weren't out, for the limelight per se, just good Christian brothers doing Christian things. Do you think there are Christian ministries that do not live up to that standard?
Um,
Yes.
all these some that don't live up to that standard, I believe that the ones that do go out and party, there's a reason for that. Sometimes you have to, in order to speak to people, you have to speak their language. You know what I mean? And some of them go out there with good intentions. They go out to the parties, but their agenda is on, catering to the people, ministering to the people.
Mm-hmm. So you
I believe that is definitely needed.
okay. So going out to the parties to minister to people, you think is a is acceptable?
I believe it's acceptable because in order for a ministry to be in order to be accepted into the set, you have to hang around with these people. You have to fellowship with those people. You have to continue to walk your walk, though.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get pulled into it. But you got to build up trust. You got to build up a relationship. You got to be around when these people need you to pray for them. Be around when these people need you to just encourage them and give them a good word. And so that's a reason to be out there.
Okay, okay. So I know a lot of clubs, they have their events. What's going on, Just Break? God bless you. Thank you for pressing play and joining us on this evening. She's sending greetings from Fayetteville. So they have their anniversaries. And they've got their late night parties, but they have their day parties.
Day parties as well, yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind the day party fellowship, but I'm gonna miss the other partying because they're doing their thing. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just let them do their thing because I don't want it. I think we have to be careful because tonight's topic is motorcycle ministry and what do you do when it doesn't go your way? And sometimes we can be out with good intentions to do things, but then our good is evil spoken of or misconstrued or something like that. So I think that we do have to be careful and walk in a level of wisdom when we are out doing ministry. Does that make sense?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But as I often say, ministry doesn't always look like ministry, and so we have to be aware of ministry opportunities when they present themselves, and we have to be willing to walk in it. With that said and done, what is ministry? Can you guys define ministry in your humble opinion? What you believe ministry to be?
I believe ministry is going out serving people,
Uh-huh.
meeting them with the love of Christ,
Yeah.
not judging,
Okay.
meeting people where they are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. Brother Raven, how about yourself, sir?
Yeah. Being in the community and not of the community.
Mm,
Like he was saying earlier, reaching people where they are.
yeah,
Because let's face it, they're not going to come to you.
correct. Well,
So
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I hate to sound like the devil's advocate, but they will and they won't. You know what I'm saying? I believe that if we do it right, there are some that will come to us. Jairus went to Jesus. Nicodemus went to Jesus. They broke away from the Pharisees and the Sadducees because he possessed something that they desired. I want to address a question that a viewer put up, Maso Young. He says, the question is, what is it that the Kingdom Road Warriors does that makes them stand out from the rest?
What we do is make us stand out from the rest. We're known to ride. We'll go to events. We took a little whipping since COVID.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure everyone's still rebounding from that, but that's what we're known for. Retro, you're part of my group. I started that the Kingdom Ministries Facebook group,
Kingdom
and that
Connection.
was to Kingdom Connections group. Kingdom Ministries, that's your group. I started that just to connect all of these motorcycle ministries.
Right.
Just so that we all can not just be on one accord, just know who exists out there. Know that when we get on the road and I take a ride and I do my ride to Florida, I go to Tennessee, I go somewhere, I know I'm passing through, I'll stop and fellowship. Stop and fellowship with these groups. If you're having something, we're gonna come down to your bike lesson. We're gonna come down to your event and support you. And if we can do that on the other side, we should be able to do it on this side as well. We should have that same bond among ministries, to where if someone needs something, a 99% or club, they have an issue that goes down with a member getting hurt or something, and they're traveling through Pennsylvania. We have a ministry right here. We can go meet them in the hospital. We can pray for them. We can talk to their club, make sure that they're good and they're okay. And that's what it's about, just networking on our side to help so that we can be a better available and service to the whole MC set.
I'm gonna take a pause and make some noise for that right there. As soon as there we go. Very, very well said. I couldn't agree any more with that comment, Teflon. I think it's utterly important that we are there to support the motorcycle community, as well as our brothers and sisters as well. There have been plenty of times when I was invited and asked to be at different things, but then one of my ministry brothers was having something, so I prioritized the ministry and went there first. I think it's important, and that's why I am glad to be a part of the group on Facebook that the group that you're talking about, Kingdom Connection, because it's just that, it's a connection for the kingdom. And I think it's important for us to be connected, know who each other are, so that we can support each other accordingly. Because if we are trying to minister to the world, the motorcycle community at large, and we're not ministering to each other, then we are somewhat, in my humble opinion, hypocritical. Does that make sense? Would you agree with such a statement?
I agree.
Absolutely.
Okay, praise God. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this thing, man, because you guys, Teflon, I think you and I had a conversation, and during that conversation, the Pennsylvania Four Corners came up, and you was like, "Yo, Retro, I'm gonna knock that out, man," and so we want to say thank you for supporting the movement, Mission 448, and what was it about that caused you to say, you know what, I think I'm gonna do this? What was it about it?
I heard about it. I seen people doing it. I seen Piper do it in the snow and the rain. I said, I want to do this thing, man. And Raven is he's first of all, he's our road captain.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll follow those tail lights anywhere. We run out of road, I'll still follow him.
Yeah.
But he's an awesome road captain. He's taking us a lot of places. I hit Raven up. I said, Raven, you want to take this ride? It's like, sure. So I said, all right, we in there. We gonna do it. But it's something, and we wanted to get a we combined it with an iron butt. We wanted to do an iron butt too.
Yeah.
So Raven was down once. That's all I needed. Once Raven said he was down, I'm good.
Yeah. So Raven, you do some riding, huh, brother?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm not as young as I used to be, but I still like to average, anywhere between 9,000 and 15,000 a year on the bike. So.
Okay. Yeah.
When
That's
he
what's
called
up.
me on Tuesday and said, "You want to go for a ride Friday?" Well, yeah.
So he called you on Tuesday. Come on, Teflon. You ain't give my man no time to get adjusted or nothing.
And that was the second time. The first time we had a date, but I had to back out of the date. At the time, my brother was in the hospital, and we
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
back out of the date and change the date. And then he said, "Well, you get another date." I said, "Well, let's do it Saturday." But hey, I owed him that. I owed him that retro.
Yeah.
Just a little off topic. A few years ago, he asked
Uh-huh.
me to come with
A few
him to
years
North
ago.
Carolina
Okay, okay,
the week before Thanksgiving. He said, "Can you
okay.
can you want to go to North Carolina?" I said, "All right." I said, "When you want to go?" He says, "I'll call you and let you know." Same
Okay.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Could we leave Friday? I said, no, you want to leave Thursday. I had to work Thursday, so we can leave Friday. He said, "All right." I said, how we leaving? He said, "Meet me at the Pennsylvania Turnpike exit." I said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean meet you at the exit?" He says, "We're riding." Retro, I left my house. It was 34 degrees.
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
nothing about that. I just came off a Hayabusa. I just got to go in.
Uh-huh.
He had to loan me heated gear, so I owed him that. I owed him that. So
Mm-hmm.
that I had to give him back.
Payback, payback. And you actually answered the question too, because Mesa was wanting to know what you guys ride. So Teflon, you're
Oh
riding a Goldwing.
no,
Oh, okay.
nah, Ravens
Oh,
got my old going.
okay, okay.
Yeah, I got a 2 years ago. I bought a 22 Indian Challenger Dark Horse.
Nice, 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 nice. That's a nice machine. And so Raven, you're riding the Goldwing.
Yeah, I have two. I have Teslon's. What is it? A 14? No,
Yeah, no, that's an old two.
Okay.
02, 02, and then I also have a 2019 Goldwing.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what's up, man. That Goldwing will get you where you got to go to, man.
Oh yeah,
In a
Yeah,
hurry.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Let me
Mesa,
tell you
there you
that
have
that
it,
Indian
man.
ain't nothing to dream up.
No, no,
Because
no. Yeah,
I tried to leave him, and he was right there.
yeah, yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Excuse me, Teflon. Shakila says, shout out to Tef. We've been Facebook friends forever and still never met the
that's
most beautiful soul he is.
that's my Shiro, man. Hey, what's up, Mileage Bully?
Yeah, good people, man. Good people.
Definitely good people.
Yeah. So you guys launch out on the Friday to do the Four Corners ride. Tell me a little bit about it, how it started for you guys and how it went throughout the day.
We left Friday or Saturday, right?
It was Saturday.
Saturday. We met at Saturday morning at 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be 4 a.m. Supposed to be 4 a.m. I showed up a little late. I got there like 4:30 ish. But
Better
yeah,
late than never.
yeah, better late than never. Raven came down to my area, so we launched from Philadelphia. So we met at the gas station, rode over to Lowry Steaks over there by St. Joe's University,
Mm-hmm.
and we launched from there.
Nice.
Nice brisk morning. It was good. Good riding weather.
So how long was it to get from your you guys are where you located? Are you in Pennsylvania? Excuse me, are you in Philadelphia?
I'm in Philadelphia. Ravens a little up north.
Okay, all right, all right. So which
So came
direction did you guys go? Which was the first city that you guys hit?
Pennsylvania to Susquehanna.
Okay,
So
okay.
we went north. Yeah, we went north to Susquehanna. Then we went over
Nice.
to
And so
uh,
any other
uh,
So
go ahead,
just a little
Raven.
side note on our launch on our first leg. So you heard Teflon say that he was coming off a Hayabusa.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm coming off of a ZX14.
Okay.
So I'm thinking this was a race.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So on our first
we
stop, the teacher had to school me a little bit. It's like it ain't that kind of ride.
Yeah. It is not that well. I mean, look, if you make it your own. So if a couple brothers want to make it a race, I'm not necessarily promoting that, but it's your ride, and that's the beauty of Mission 448. You don't even have to go the suggested route. You can take all back roads. You can take all highway. You can mix it up. The only stipulation is that you hit the four designated corners.
our holdback was the iron butt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we leave Larry Stakes. We went probably about 2 miles and jumped on the highway. It was a little misty out, and we got on the highway and Raven's tail lights got real small,
They got real small on you.
real small. 4 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah. Yeah.
real small. I'm keeping up. You know, we doing. I'm just saying to myself, how do I let him know we got to slow down? Because you know they track your speed with the map.
Mm-hmm.
I submitted the map, and I think it's like every 30 seconds it clocks your speed, and if
Wow.
you speed on that iron button, they're gonna cancel it. They're gonna tell you that they are rejected.
I didn't know that they would reject you for speed. That part I didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it's in their rules. It's in their rules for the iron butt. And I'm looking. I'm like, so we slowed down. We after the first fuel stop, we slowed down. It was
Mm-hmm.
daylight then, so it was pretty good.
Nice.
But that was funny, man. We got on the highway and he was going.
Mm. Now, let me ask this, get you guys' opinion on this, because there are a lot of people who stay away from night riding. Are there anything? Is there anything in particular about night riding that worries you or concerns you, or are you guys just cool with night riding?
For the most part, me, I'm cool with night riding. I don't mind. I prefer temperatures. You know, if it's
Mm-hmm.
hot, night riding is it.
Yeah.
Daytime, I'd rather be able to see. I like to be able to see what's around me. You know, I like to look at nature. I like to just become one while I'm out there on the road. So it's
Nice.
good to see. But if you want to move and you want to get somewhere quick, night riding is definitely a thing, especially if it's hot. There's
Mm-hmm.
not that much
Mm-hmm.
traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, we did. Well, it was out what 20 hours, 20. So we did our fair share early morning and night riding. So
So Meso says, so Raven flies like an eagle. I like that.
Yeah,
That's a good one,
good one.
Meso.
Good one. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good one. So Raven, how about yourself when it comes to night riding? Are there any things that are, like a concern for you, or are you good with it as well?
Yeah, I'm very good with it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, on motorcycles, the danger is what it is, day
It
or
is what
night.
it is. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Because the truth of the matter is, I know a lot of people like, well, at nighttime you got wildlife. You got wildlife in the daytime too.
absolutely.
So I mean, like you said, Raven, the danger is the danger. And if you're doing any significant distance, it's almost impossible to avoid night riding unless you just got all the time in the world and you can just only ride during the day. But I happen to do a lot of night riding. With that said and done, are you guys doing any special lighting on your motorcycles or anything like that? Or are you just running stock
uh,
lights for the most part?
my, myself, I just before that ride, I had the driving lights put on my Challenger
Hmm. And how you
just
liking that
before that
thing so
ride.
far, that Challenger?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. That's what's up. So you guys, your second corner was Philadelphia, or
So the
No,
first leg was
Rose.
Philadelphia to Susquehanna.
Oh, okay, I got you. Philadelphia to Susquehanna. Okay, all right. And then from
And the
Susquehanna, where
second
did you go?
to where we go to Indy.
Erie.
Erie.
Okay, and
Erie.
then
Yes, to
Aleppo
Erie.
last.
Yes.
Now you guys had a little
Um,
mishap. I understand on the trip. Let's talk about that a little bit. What happened? What went on?
We don't have to
which
talk about
one?
that.
He
Raven
said
said
we
we
don't
don't
have
have
to
to
talk
talk
about
about
that.
it. Oh boy.
Well, we had kind of something before that where
Okay.
I told you I said I like I'll follow Ravens because he's an awesome road captain. He knows how to
Uh-huh.
move around the road. Every time I ride with Raven, I learn something.
Okay.
Me and
Okay.
Raven meet up. We'll hit the back roads in Pennsylvania. He'll take me on these roads, and I always learn something from Raven.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so Raven was like, "You gonna have to lead." I said, "Raven, I don't want to lead." He said, "You gonna have to lead." So I'm like, "All right." I put it in my GPS. I put to go the directions that we needed to go. and to stay on the road that we on, I had to put in like the next city and then put in to
Right.
go to an area. So I'm following my GPS, and it's taking us down this road. First off, I go to make a right turn. Raven swing up on my right to block me. Like, where you going? I said, my GPS telling me to make the right turn. And we ended up like kind of stuck. So we had to go down the road and do the, the forbidden thing you don't like to do is turn around in somebody's driveway.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
out there in Trump country.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We were on that road, and I made a left, and I had us on this road. And I'm like, well, maybe we'll pop off this dirt road soon. We must have rode about a mile and a half, 2 miles on this dirt road. And
Yeah.
Raymond was like, he pulled up next to me. He's like, where are you going? I said, I'm following my GPS. And he got back in front. He led, and we was good from that point on. So I kind of teach him a lesson about trying to make me lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we was on this dirt road, man.
God Almighty. Yeah. Yeah. If you're not careful,
So
man, those
that was
GPSs they'll take you down some roads, man, for sure.
yeah, that I think was our first mishap. That was my screw up. But and so Raven could talk about his. If you want.
Yeah. So Raven, we're gonna talk about it. We just gonna move on by it. We're just gonna brush on by it.
You know what? I guess every cyclist can learn from somebody else's mistake.
Okay. All right.
So
all right. Good
we
deal.
can
Good
put it
deal.
out there.
All right. Let's talk about it then.
Right after that little incident of the dirt road, we were following this other road that was taking us to New York, and of course, that's breaking the rules. So we needed to stop and regroup.
Yeah.
I got off the bike, go talk to Tef, but unfortunately, I did not take the canter of the road into effect. So the bike was too straight up and down. Wind came along and blew it over.
Wow. And now, was this the 09 or the 14 or did you say 19 Road Glide?
The 19.
Okay. It was a 19?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So over she went.
Over it went.
Oh man. Any issues? Did it tear up anything?
Stretched up the fairings, of course. Broke the side mirror, but other than that, she just kept going.
Okay, so you were able to finish with her without having to go to the shop or anything.
I didn't have a choice. We were in Lake Erie.
Yeah. Nice. So I take it.
So those duct tape out the saddlebag.
The saddlebag? What happened with the saddlebag?
I said Raven pulled the duct tape out my saddlebag, and
okay.
He said it's too far to go back home.
Yeah. So you a real rider knows they got to ride with some duct tape and some zip ties.
Yep.
Yeah. Got to have those things right there for real. So you guys duct taped it, got everything back to where you needed to, so you can finish the trip. And so was that it for mishaps?
Oh, most definitely.
Other than no, there was one more.
Uh-oh.
Wait, the other dirt road or the night issue?
The night issue.
Raven said he knows that it was some distance between my bike and his bike.
Okay.
And so he slowed down and he was talking to me, and I could have swore I was asleep. It was about what, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
And you guys left out at what time you said in the morning?
4 a.m.
4 a.m. and now it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and you guys have been riding nonstop.
Yep, we're on the final stretch back to our starting point.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there. I turn my music on, open my visor on my helmet. The tail lights on the Gold Wing, man, it looked like what I said it was, Raven, that video game with the balls breaking the Angry Birds. It looked like Angry Birds. I look at the back of that Gold Wing, man. I was drifting off. You know, Raven talked to me. Opened up my face mask. You know, turn the music up. I actually turned the music off. I had the music on. I turned the music off and just let the wind. Just got the wind noise.
Okay.
We stopped at the next fuel stop, And I got myself together, went in there and got something to drink, and but it was interesting. That's the I was physically and mentally fatigued at that point.
Yeah. So, what do you normally do when you're dealing with physical and mental fatigue? Because it could be dicey, it could be tricky. So, if you were to give anybody any insight or any pointers when dealing with that kind of fatigue, what would you say to them?
The my first thing, the hardest thing was for me to get out of denial.
Okay.
Telling myself, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, and seeing these things take place, and that
Mm-hmm.
scared the heck out of me. So once that happened, like I had like an adrenaline rush that went
Yeah.
over me because it scared me.
Mm.
For one, we stopped and got fuel, and Raven did, his teacher thing like he normally did. He made me get up front and lead.
Yeah.
He said, that'll keep you active. I'm not just following him,
Right.
but
Right. Right.
I've done lots of rides. So that's the first time I've done a ride of that length. And it's hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We did we did 1,000 miles from Indianapolis to Wall, South Dakota. We did that in like 16 hours. So now I'm out over the 20-hour mark of riding this bike. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the first time I had to ride that many hours for
Okay.
that short distance. But yeah, the fatigue was sitting in. I was just trying to motivate myself. Music didn't help. I turned the music off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn the
Yeah.
music off. Music that puts you in a trance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
music off, and Raven made me get up front. The road was dark, so it made me focus a little more and pay attention to what was going on. I wasn't just following his tail light. So,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
definitely listen to your body. Get out of denial. Don't. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Stop. Take a break. Take a walk around the bike. Get the blood circulating. But definitely, that was a scary moment too.
How about yourself, Raven? What was going through your mind when you noticed that he was kind of dealing with fatigue, and were you dealing with fatigue at the same time?
I was, but not quite as much as that.
Okay.
You know, uh, I was concerned about him, of course, drifting. But I knew that once we stopped and we had that conversation,
Mm-hmm.
he's a Marine. He's going to push on. We had a goal.
Mm-hmm.
If we were just riding, this would have been a whole different story. We would have stopped. We got a room, whatever. But, it was mission critical that we had to continue.
Mm-hmm. Meso is asking, would you recommend doing it in 2 days? You guys kind of pressed through it. Looking back over it, would you still have done it in just one press, or would you have broken it up into a couple days?
I feel that it'd be very enjoying to do it in a couple of days, but like I said, when we launched, our goal was to do the Iron Butt as well, to
Correct.
get the
Right.
1,000 miles under
Right.
24 hours. So it would definitely be a good journey for like a weekend to
Mm-hmm.
go, not like it's like did I see the city or did I fly through the city? You know what I mean? We
Mm-hmm.
went,
Right. Right. Right.
but we didn't enjoy it. We took the picture at some nice places. Yeah, we
Yeah.
learned a couple things, but you didn't get to eat anything at these places or sit down and enjoy anything like that because we were on the clock.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now,
We were definitely on the clock.
what I'll say, if I could, first I want to give a shout out to Presley. He's watching. Josh Towers, he's watching. They're saying that's good info for others, and they thank you for the good advice. When zooming through, because sometimes you don't have the time to explore like you would, but as you zoom through, sometimes you can make a mental note, ooh, I got to come back and check this out a little bit more in detail. So you can take that one trip and you can turn it into 4 or 5 trips over a course of time, because you go back and you check one area and just make that a whole weekend ride, and then you come back another weekend and you do another part that you zoom through. So it has its pros and cons. Would you guys agree with that?
Most definitely.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Richard is asking, Iron Bus gives you 24 hours on 1K rides. I'm sure Retro's Four Corners ride is more chill. And yes, it is. there are a lot of people who do different rides, and they will do what Raven and Teflon did, and that is combine them, and that's perfectly fine because they were doing the iron, but they had a restricted amount of time to get it done, and like I said, they just so happened to kill two birds with one stone. Raven, overall, the Pennsylvania Four Corners, what would you say about it? How was it? What would how would you describe it?
So oddly enough, I would recommend. I mean, we started at 4. I would actually recommend starting just a tad bit earlier, so you have a little bit more time in the daylight once you get out in the country. Just gorgeous country out that way.
Yeah.
Still some farmland and lighthouses at Erie and so forth. Yeah, if you could pace yourself,
Yeah.
great ride.
Now, how long are you originally from the Pennsylvania area? Originally?
No, sir, I'm from Connecticut,
Oh man, what part of Connecticut?
Windsor.
Oh, okay. I'm from Springfield. I know Windsor well.
Oh, get out.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
So how long have you been in the Pennsylvania area?
Just about 25, almost 26 years.
Okay, so you've been there a good while. So it leads me to my other question. And Teflon, I'm going to ask you the same question. Being in that area for 20 plus years, did this ride, the Mission 448 Pennsylvania Four Corners, cause you to go to areas of Pennsylvania that normally you would not seek out to explore?
For me, yes. Absolutely.
Okay. So that's exactly what we are after, man. Teflon, how about yourself? We still got you. I see you there, and we can actually see you now. But can you hear us? Let me see here. Oh, we lost him. Okay, I'm sure he'll probably come back in. He's at the house now getting situated. So you guys did doing the Pennsylvania Four Corners Raven. How was the travel as far as interstate versus back roads? Did you guys mix it up, or were you guys on more back roads than highways?
I think it was a fair amount of both.
Okay.
Of course, when we launched, we were on the interstate. And once we got north of everything, Scranton area, it was pretty rural.
Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. So Teflon, I was asking Raven, are you from Pennsylvania originally?
No. I've been there in about 10 years. I'm originally from North Jersey.
From where?
Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. And so 10 years being in the Pennsylvania area, did the Mission 448 Pennsylvania Four Corners ride cause you to travel areas that normally you wouldn't have even traveled?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. It showed us Pennsylvania's a big state.
It is.
It showed us a lot of the western side that I've never seen. I was all, southeast Pennsylvania is about all I knew about.
Yeah. So from the first corner to the last corner, you're looking at just over 710 miles. Of course, you can add more to that if, from your location and then from the last corner getting back there. So, it's definitely a ride that's doable in a day if you want to. But I'm sure 2 days would be, something that you can kind of enjoyed a little bit more. What I like about these rides here, Mission 448, is even a novice per se could launch out and do one of these rides because they could literally break it up and take their time. What advice would you give to anyone that was, interested in doing one of the Four Corners rides, Teflon?
Definitely reach out to someone that's done it. I reached out to Piper.
Okay.
As soon as I locked in that we were going to do it, I reached out to Piper. She sent me the route that she ran. Another brother, he's from Northern PA. He was going to run it with me, but the timing didn't work out.
Gotcha.
With his schedule, with the weekends. He's from up Northern PA. He was going to meet with us and do the loop with us, but his timing didn't work out. But definitely, talk to someone that's ran it, and not only the route, but get yourself a feel of the areas you're going to be in. Get a feel of the areas you're gonna be in, so you know what to expect. You know when you're out there.
Elaborate a little bit when you say get a feel for the area. How could they get a feel for the area?
um, as far as the demographics, yeah, the demographics. Where the last spot we ended, that we got there as the sun was setting, and we're in the mountains in these back roads, and we ended up taking a dirt road back to a main road. A truck followed us out of town.
Wow. Okay.
It was some unique decorations. I
Okay.
guess I could say
Yeah.
on some
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
houses.
I'm tracking. I'm tracking.
So we shot for their post office. Is we shot for their post office. That's what we were routed for, and we ended up getting to the sign. So we took a picture of the sign. And was like, okay, let's get out of here because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was. I put a video up of the ride through there when we were getting to the sign, the back roads. But it's a twisty mountain rides, and we ended up on a dirt road. It's very unique. So it just gives you a perspective of what you're gonna be going into and what type of area you're gonna be in, just to so you can be on alert.
Right. Right. So with that said and done, you may have to change. It may be wisdom to change your route to make sure you possibly hit that corner during the day.
Exactly. I
Versus,
would.
yeah.
That area that we were in when the sun went down, I would definitely. When we were at the sign, when he told me we were gonna keep pushing forward to the main road, I was kind of glad we didn't have to go back out the way we came in the dark.
Yeah.
But then once we started doing that, it was as bad. So
Now, as I still have maybe 5 states to finish in terms of mapping them out, but I am taking that into consideration because there are some corners that have towns, but then the population is like 68, 203, and I'm like, yeah, we don't want to go that far, so I'm kind of picking the 4 corners accordingly, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see riders in areas where they can be harmed or hurt or just, and so we're taking that into consideration. So yeah, definitely.
okay, yeah, that definitely was some place you didn't want to be in the dark.
Yeah. Raven, anything else you want to add about the ride or anything?
Just be a little bit more prepared than we were. We were geared up when we left here, but uh, like Teflon said, Pennsylvania is a large state. So by the time we got to Erie and beyond, the temperature really did change for us.
Yeah.
And it was pretty brutal that last leg. So just be prepared for all weather conditions is all I would say.
So let me ask you this. I've heard this from a few other riders, and I want to know if this is the same situation for you. When you guys launched out to do the PA Four Corners, did you underestimate it?
Under the route, the weather. What do you mean?
Did you underestimate the ride? Well, we'll just go ahead and we'll knock this out, and then you actually got out there and realized, hey, it's a little bit more thought to be put into this kind of a situation.
I thought we were prepared. We had everything we need, and we looked at the route. We were aware of the route. There was a couple of roads closed. That's how we ended up on a dirt road, by the way. When I was leaving, they closed the road. But you definitely have to put some thought in it. I don't think it is something that you can just jump up and do. Even though it's in your state, what I mean. You think you stand in the state, you can just jump up and do that. But we had we left out in the morning. It was misting a little bit of rain, going up into the mountains. Cleared up, got real nice day. Got to that last spot, temperature dropped. We were coming back. It was 30 something degrees coming up the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Yeah,
But
nice
we had our gear, so yeah, we had our gear. But
speaking of gear, how important is gear for you guys?
that will make the ride.
Yeah,
and break the ride,
buddy. Yep. Yeah,
Raven taught me that.
Yeah. That's what's up. PA Four Corners is in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make some noise for Teflon and Raven knocking it out. You guys think that you'll do any other states? Do Four Corners in any of the other states? Maybe some of the which ones do you think you would be interested in doing?
Um, I was just looking at someone did. Was it you or you were talking about it? North Carolina looks interesting. I would even go as far as doing the PA again with the
Uh-huh.
with the remainder of our ministry.
That's what's up.
You know,
Yeah. Now,
get a
let me
group, get
say
a group together.
let me say this. So shout out to Piper. Let's make some noise for Piper. She says, "Oh, I thought I heard PA."
Piper,
Yes, sir. The 2025 Titan Award
Titan.
recipient in the building. Let's get a proper drum roll for her. What's going on, Piper?
Congratulations, Piper. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, we had the honor of meeting her the other day, Sunday, as a matter of fact, Sunday passed. And I was like, man, I got to catch her before she touches North Carolina. And so we caught her right outside of North Carolina in South Carolina there. And we rode her all the way through North Carolina and up to to the VA state line. And so for those of you that are watching, this is the patch that both Piper as well as Raven and Teflon received. Actually, Teflon, this one is yours, and Raven, this one here belongs to you, sir. Yeah. So we're going to be hand delivering these to these gentlemen next month up in Maryland, because they are also going to the Kingdom Nights Biker Sunday, and so we're going to go up there and hand deliver them to them as well. So it's been a beautiful thing, man. What I want to do is I want to ask you this question: what do you do when it doesn't go your way? Very broad question. You can answer it as you please, as it relates to ministry, as it relates to riding, wherever you want to jump in, because in life, we don't always get our way. And just because we don't get our way doesn't mean we can shut down or have a tantrum or this, that, or the other. So out of curiosity, how do you guys handle situations when it doesn't go your way?
We're both veterans.
Okay.
Raven's Army veteran. I'm a Marine. You got to look at the mission objective.
Okay.
What's the overall mission? The mission is bigger than you. You got to
Mm-hmm.
continue to push forward, and you just got to make the best of what you got. Is not everything's gonna go your way,
Mm-hmm.
but who does the end result benefit?
Nice. Okay. Raven, what would be your answer and or approach?
Yeah, unfortunately, situation dictates. If we're out riding and we get cut off or separated,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it's all about the mission. Just relax, take a deep breath. It's not the end of the world.
Okay.
Uh, when I'm dealing with my kids, I don't quite have that attitude. I'm trying, but yeah,
Yeah.
just stay focused.
Stay focused. Stay focused. I want to go back to ministry before we get out of here tonight. Both of you guys, as you explained, you saw someone else in a Kingdom Road Warriors cut. They were representing the kingdom, and it intrigued you, is what I heard. And so when it comes to ministry, we don't always get our way. Sometimes intentionally, God will just say, no, so how do you approach things as it relates to ministry?
I feel with the same approach. Like I said, is bigger than us.
Yeah.
The work we do is for Him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What we do, it may not benefit us, but it's gonna encourage other people. It's gonna empower other people. It's gonna motivate people to do the right thing, and that's what I think is bigger than my personal feelings
Yeah.
or whether I get my way. It's not about me getting my way. If I want to get my way, I sit in a house and by myself and have my own way.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. It's I like that. It's about the mission, and we have to just really trust God, man. But I guess if we be fair and honest, or maybe I should just ask a question: is that easier said than done? To just trust God? Yeah. Yeah. Raven, you would agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely can be sometimes easier said than done. But we continue, as Mesa would say, to press. Bernie says it's all about the mission and allow God to show the way. Yeah, we cannot afford to lean to our own understanding, but in all of our ways, we must acknowledge Him, and He will direct our path. Raven, you said, excuse me, Teflon, you said that you would consider doing the PA Four Corners again with the rest of the team. This is what I want to say about that, because you guys are a ministry. And when we launched out, we did, NC was the first Four Corners that we did. That pretty much birthed the Mission 448 agenda. And it was a beautiful ride because we went to each corner of North Carolina. We left the Charlotte area. We went to Wilmington. We left Wilmington. We went to Kitty Hawk. And from Kitty Hawk, we went to Sparta. And from Sparta to Murphy. But at each corner, God directed us to pray. And as we were approaching each corner, He even laid it on my heart what to pray about. It's as though He gave me a pulse for those cities, and we began to pray and cover that area, that region. And then after we did so, He just released a word that we shared with those who were in attendance. It was maybe about 7 of us in total. And it was just a beautiful experience. And so that's when He was like, don't stop, keep on going. So I say that to say this: as a ministry, it just says something when you have circled your state. You have, the children of Israel had to walk around Jericho before they can take dominion, And so I want to encourage you with the rest of your ministry to take that ride and make it more than just a sightseeing ride. Make it a kingdom encounter and take dominion, because there is work to be done in Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes we focus on just the area where we live, but there's a whole state that needs to see that Kingdom Road Warriors patch with the MM on it so they can inquire and says something different about those guys. You know what I mean? And with that said and done, how many times have you guys been out on the road with your cut and someone came up to you and asked you, hey, what does that mean? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, jeez. Often.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is why, and I'm not saying this is your case or situation, but there are a lot of people who are watching, a little bit more than 4 that are watching on tonight, and some of them are in motorcycle ministries. Triple Hog Handlebars is in the building. I need a pair of his handlebars, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. What's going on, brother? Thank you for pressing play and joining the conversation on tonight. But there are others who are watching, and so it is my belief that they are walking away with something tangible, if you will, because when we're out there, man, there's so much ministry to be done. So the point I want to make, and I'll move on. We got to be careful what we do when we got those cuts on. We got to be careful where we go when we got those cuts on. And of course, ultimately, even when they're not on. But people are watching. And there's always somebody that's looking. So we got to stay on our A game and remember that we got work to do in the kingdom. And what do you guys say about that? Would you agree with a statement like that?
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. So you guys have the Pennsylvania chapter. You also have the Maryland chapter. Are there any other chapters that you guys have, Kingdom Road Warriors?
That's all, just the 2.
Just the 2. Okay. All right. I appreciate you guys for supporting the movement. Thank you for coming on the show on tonight. Is there any advice you would like to leave with the listening audience tonight?
Get out there and ride.
Get out there and ride. Now, how about you, Raven?
I would just add to that, remember to pray before, during, and after.
Before, during, and after. Yeah. Now, I know for a fact that if you can get Mr. Raven, I really believe he got a whole lot to offer, man. Teflon, I think you can just sit there and just glean from that dude right there, man. He kind of humble and everything, but I think he got a whole lot in it to offer, man. Yeah, am I right? Am I spot on?
You're spot on. That's the teacher right there.
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
have some
yeah.
states that you just cannot get the Four Corners ride in, let Teflon and I know. We'll take a ride out.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. That's what's up.
Wisconsin, whatever
That's
you
what's
got,
up.
brother, we'll do it.
All right. All right. I'm gonna take you up on that now. It's been fun putting this together. It's been challenging at times, and I'm grateful for those who are launching out and doing it. I really do want to see more ministries getting involved, because if we are going to get out here and minister to these people, I think it's good that we rub shoulders from time to time. Get out there and ride, and make it do what it do. But even back to what I said about taking dominion of the area where you are set up to do ministry and ride those four corners. It's something godly to it. It's something kingdom about it. Presley said, "Miles create smiles." That's what he says,
Yes,
and I
indeed.
agree. Well, I've said all I got to say, man. You guys got anything else you want to add?
Said enough.
There.
I believe we covered it all, but
With the exception of this right here. So let's go ahead and cover this real quick, because we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, we can't forget that, 18th annual bike blessing and anniversary. Come on, man. Let's make some noise right there. I don't care who y'all. We got to make some noise right there, man. 18 years is nothing to shake a stick at. 18 years, there's been some ups and some downs, man. You know what I mean? So everybody is welcome to this 18th annual bike blessing and anniversary. It all goes down on Saturday, what's the date there? July 19th, from 12 to 4 p.m. Who wants to jump in and talk a little bit about what you guys got going on here with this 18th annual bike blessing?
We were doing it every year. Last year we skipped the year just so that we can, fine tune things and get some things together. It's a good time, man. This year we're trying something different, and we're holding it at a park. We used to do it at a bike shop, at a bike dealership. We had it at a park. We're gonna have some games. We're gonna barbecue. We're gonna look to do a ride and just fellowship, man. And it's always a good time. This year I'm gonna miss it. I have to go to Dallas. I just received the presidential award for volunteer and community service. So I have to go receive that in Texas on that same date, the 19th. So I won't be here. But these brothers are gonna treat you good. They're gonna make sure you're fed. They're gonna make sure you pray for it. They're gonna make sure you enjoy yourself. Come out if you could. Come out.
All right. We're going to have to definitely continue to talk this up, share it with our listeners, and put it on our calendar as well to try to get up there to the Pennsylvania area. Raven, anything you want to say about the 18th annual bike blessing? I know you've been rocking with Kingdom Road Warriors for a while now. I think we lost you. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, it looks like he's muted himself. You're muted on your end, Raven.
He said, God bless, good night.
That part right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We've got the one and only Teflon and Raven in the building. Let's make some noise for them on tonight. I always ask this question before I let you go. Leave us with a piece of advice that you have received at some point in your life, or something that you live by. You got any advice that, go-to advice?
Something I like to use a lot is always find a way or make a way.
Say that one more time.
Find a way or make a way.
Find a way or make a way. I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And it looks like Raven is still muted for some reason. So, and I'm sure I'm coming to PA. I'm coming to PA. I want to ride with you guys, and I want to sit down and chit chat, man. So we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen, Captain.
We'll definitely receive you.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it, man. All right, man. Thank you guys for joining us, man. You be blessed. And if there's anything we can do, man, make sure you holler at us. Let us know. Anything you got going on, keep us in the loop. We'll be more than happy to share it on our platform because that's what we got to do, man. And if you are watching and you are rocking with a motorcycle ministry, go to Facebook and check out Kingdom Connection. All right.
Kingdom Connection.
Yeah.
Or look for me on Don Teflon, and I can add you to the group. But
Okay.
it's definitely a way to unite these ministries and just, keep us doing the work for God, man.
Doing the work for God. So we'll have to get you back on and, take it a step further and talk about some other things. But I think we've covered quite a bit tonight, man, and I'm grateful and appreciative for you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Retro. We appreciate you. Appreciate the show, and also for putting those rides together, man. We definitely gonna be doing some more.
Sounds good, man. Just let us know when you're ready. All right, Raven. Have a good night, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The one and only Mr. Teflon and Raven from Kingdom World Warriors in the building. You already know what it is. Tamika Wade, aka Piper. She says, love it. Thank you, gentlemen. You are most welcome. We thank you for all you do and everything that you are putting down for the motorcycle community and beyond. Keep up the good work, young lady. Keep up the good work. Presley, what's going on, man? I hope all is well with you and yours, man. I got to get up your way sometime soon, too. For those of you who do not know, Presley, he's a big old tall ugly dude, but he can't help that. But he's a real cool guy. He's got a good heart. I guess he's got a good heart, man. He's cool, brother, man. He's standing about 6'6" or something like that, ride like a dragon. I mean to tell you, he just ride, but he and his crew, they came down to support us last year for our Biker Sunday. And man, I'm telling you, man, it blessed my heart, number one. And the fellowship was second to none, as it always is. And so shout out to Presley and the rest of the crew, Cross Soldiers, making it do what it do. Let's make some noise for them. Thursday nights, Most Wanted is in the building. Okay, so she's leaving out 5 a.m. on Saturday. So what I'll do, Most Wanted, is I'm going to send you the link for the 360. That way we can follow you, and then you can just shoot me a call or a text. Say, Retro, I'm launching, and that way we'll make sure we go ahead and cover your ride, watch you, keep you lifted in prayer as well, because we've got to be careful while we're out here on these tubes. Now, I always say safety first and first safety. It is not a race, so take your time and just enjoy the ride. Now, I get it. A lot of us, we have schedules. We have we got to be back for work, so we got to do as much as we can when we can. And if that is the case, then by all means, do what you got to do. But pace yourself so that a intended good trip doesn't turn into something else. A lot of people are going fast and going straight and getting yonder and everything, and go for it, but safety first and first safety. Mission 448, we're not promoting a race at all. Actually, quite the contrary. We're promoting slow down and make it yours. When you register, there is a suggested route, but you are not restricted to that by any means. The only stipulation is that when you do the trip, you hit all four corners, and you also share your tracking device or your location, and then post to social media with the hashtag Mission 448, or hashtag, if you're doing North Carolina, NC Four Corners or whatever, either or. Because we do want to promote this ride, we want others to find out about it so that they can do it. Most Wanted says, I'm riding riding until dusk. However, I have looked up some historical things for my trip as well. That's what's up. Ride your ride, sis. Make it your ride, and enjoy it. I'm a brother who I can ride, from sun up to sundown, and ride through the night. I'm just conditioned like that. And a lot of times I'll leave drive. It just all depends how long the ride is or whatever. But many a times I'll leave out, in the wee hours of the night, drive through the night into the day. Once I see that sun, I get a second wind, and I'm ready to go for another 12 hours, But never, ever, ever in my smoky voice, ever, 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 ever push yourself beyond your limit. I'm just going to put that out. Don't push yourself beyond your limit. And this is for everybody. Sometimes we think we have to impress people. We have to prove something. We don't have a point to prove. Mission 448 is not about proving a point at all. None whatsoever. It's just about getting out there. Okay, let me put it to you this way, and I'll get out of your way. Mission 448 is a ride for Lottie Dottie. Yeah, it's a ride for Lottie Dottie. So therefore, you don't have to impress the cool kids club or anything like that. You just get out there and just ride your ride and enjoy it. What I have been hearing is that when you get out there and you ride the four corners of Pennsylvania, the four corners of Missouri, the four corners of Florida, well, not so much Florida, but a lot of these states, you are going to go through areas of your state that normally you would not even frequent or visit. It just is what it is. But at the same time, it allows you to see things in your state that just kind of says, wow, I didn't even know that was there. Or I didn't know, this, that, or the other. When I did the Four Corners of Georgia, we went up to Lookout Mountain, and they call it, I think, Rock City. It was absolutely stunning. And I really enjoyed it. And then the ride in, the ride out, it was mostly back roads for Georgia. The only part of the interstate that we rode was when we were leaving Donaldsville on our way to Kingsland. We touched up 95 for a little bit, but the rest of the ride was pretty much all back road and secondary little highways. But it was a great ride. It was a great ride. So up next for me is South Carolina. We're going to go knock that out. Virginia, we're going to knock that out. And then I'm gonna move up north, start getting all the New England states. They're small, so my wife and I, we're gonna strategically head up top and just make our way back down, knocking out the four corners of all those little New England states. Some of them we can do 2 in one day because they're really just that small. But if you want to do the four corners of your state, make sure you hit us up. And matter of fact, I'll put the link in the description of this video, and then you just click on the link and register. All right. So let's see here. I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to share with you a couple things that we have going on. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, we're doing our Biker Sunday Kingdom Alignment Motorcycle Ministry on Sunday, April the 27th at 11 a.m. It all goes down at 442 Westmore Avenue here in Mooresville, North Carolina. Come one, come all, come fellowship and have a good time with us. And I don't think that you will regret it. All right. So I'm gonna get out y'all way. I want to encourage all of you that are watching, that are a part of a motorcycle ministry, keep on doing the work for the Lord. And while you're doing this work for the Lord, be strong in the Lord and be confident in who you are and what God has called you to do. Some of us, we need to revisit our mission statement because sometimes along the way we get off track, which is why I often talk about kingdom alignment, because there are many who are out of alignment with the kingdom, with the will of God. And so we've got to be very careful there. Be careful that you are not overly persuaded by others that may cause you to get out of alignment with God. Not that they're doing anything that's wrong or sinful per se in and of itself, but it just might not be your calling. Okay. And so, they may be able to do it and it's fine, but is God calling you to do that? That's the question. So, ladies and gentlemen, when it doesn't go your way, what do you do? When it doesn't go your way, what do you do? It's your boy Retro, man. Again, we want to thank you for joining us. Let's see here. Most wanted, she says, she's on spring break starting tomorrow, and I just want to take this ride. Well, there you go, sis. I don't know how many days do you have etched out for Juanita to do the ride. I don't know if you're just gonna planning to do it in 2 days or 3 days or 1 day. But if you got a little time off, whatever's clever, just pace yourself and enjoy it. Enjoy it. And I pray that the Lord will speak to you while you're on that ride. Because when we initiated this whole program, it wasn't something that we were particularly going to open up to, to the public. It was something we were doing for us, for Kingdom Alignment Motorcycle Ministry. I wanted the team members to feel accomplished, so we did we call it an accomplishment ride. And okay, too. So that should suffice. That should suffice. And I'm telling you, man, the prayer that we had on this Four Corners ride. So this Mission 448 was birthed from a spiritual place. It was birthed seeking God. It was birthed, hearing the voice of God and witnessing the power of God. And at each corner, man, he spoke powerfully. And there was one stop that we stopped on our way to Kitty Hawk. No, it was on our way back from Kitty Hawk. And we stopped over by the lighthouse off to the water. And it was just such a surreal encounter. It was just majestic. And it was just absolutely beautiful, man. So I'm saying that to say this. Mission 448. Yeah, it's more than just about the ride. So it is my prayer. Ooh, Niagara Falls next week. Okay. So Most Wanted is going to be out there, folks. So if you see her, make sure you show her some love. And so congratulations, sis, and good for you. You enjoy it and have you some fun. Meso is going to be launching out. I don't know if I can tell it, Meso, or me. I get to getting all excited for folk, and I be telling their testimony and everything. So, but me and Meso, we were talking a little earlier today, and so we're excited for what he's got going on, and so we're going to continue to pray for all of you guys who are launching out to do these different rides. That the Lord would keep you safe. And make sure you join us tomorrow morning. We're going to have a special prayer in the morning for some situations that I've been made aware of. And that's the other beautiful thing about motorcycle ministry. People will reach out to you from time to time and from different areas with issues that are going on and with problems. And so we have a responsibility. And so we're going to have a special prayer tomorrow morning. We'll be going live right around 8 o'clock. So make sure you guys join us. Okay. I need everybody that's on here to try and join us tomorrow morning for morning inspiration preceded by morning prayer. The Bible says men ought to always pray and not faint. This is what I'm going to say in my closing, because the old folk used to say, if you pray, you'll stay. And if you fast, you'll last. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay prayed up, because the enemy is out there and he's lurking. So we're out of here, folks. God bless you and heaven smile on you. Make sure you sign up for your state and do the four corners of your lovely state. It's your boy Retro. We out of here.
Hey now, this is the Mileage Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, home of the Moto Mob where legends are made. You are now tuned in to the Retro Philosophy Show. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what to do. Press play.
I've got to say it all I got to say.
No, I know.
A lot of people like to hold back, but I don't hold back nothing. I take just like it is.
I don't mean to brag, but my videos are enjoyed by well over 4 people worldwide.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Retro Philosophy Show, where I always listen to my man, 50 Grand, Pastor Retro. You know what it is.
And as I'm riding, I got a text from my man,
you know who, the man of God, Mr. Retro, he said slow down. So I'm gonna put my rain gear on. Speak of the devil. I ain't gonna say speak of the devil. Speak of the man above. Here he come. Ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Boy. I see. He been practicing. Boy, you can tell when he been practicing. Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue. And as I'm riding.
Yes, sir.
My man.
We got you, boss man.
Love you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yo, what's up, everybody, including Lottie Dottie? It's your boy Retro with you on today. And I've got a public service announcement for you. Just because you do something that you see an OG do doesn't make you an OG. And just because you get on your motorcycle and you pound from here to there doesn't make you a ground pounder either. You'll never be what you ain't. But hey, like they say in the Army, be all you can be. Piper is the first one to knock out the PA Four Corners for Mission 448 style. So she got patch number 1 for Pennsylvania. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so we are excited to officially present this to the one and only Tamika Piper Wade in the building. You already know what it is.
I would need to.
Yeah, all that good stuff. You know, the sound effects and all that stuff. The drum roll, you know.
Kingdom alignment on assignment for the king. Hope you're ready for the show. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go for a ride. Got my specs on my side. She's my forever bride that keeps up alive. I'ma rev it up, so hold on tight. We bout to level up. Catch us on the turnpike from city to city, state to state, coast to coast. Man, make no mistake, we are conquerors. More than conquerors. We are conquerors. More than conquerors. Hashtag press play. It's the Retro Philosophy Show. You know, let's go.